Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenneth from KI Media World. We're here at the World Travel Market at the Excel Center in London. And what brings us here is to promote and showcase the tourism attractions in Uganda. We are meeting different people from the different tourist companies in Uganda who have come here to showcase the beautiful parts of the Pearl of Africa. With me is a very enterprising gentleman from Uganda who lives in the diaspora, but heart and soul is in Africa. He's a Pan-Africanist at that as well, and he has a very interesting concept that he'd like to share with all of us here in the diaspora, and we need to get on board and support him in what he is trying to do. I won't take much of your time. I'll let him do the talking, and I'll let him, showcase and tell you what it's all about. Mr. Nambago, he is the chairman of Nile Valley Reunion. Mr. Dbamba, you're very much welcome.
Thank you, Kenneth. I am privileged to be able to come and showcase this beautiful and brilliant concept. The concept is born out of Pan-Africanism, as you rightly say. I'm chair presently of the African Cooperative Union, UK. It is meant to be a Pan-Africanist organization. We are looking to develop chapters internationally, and the Nile Valley concept gives us such an opportunity. However, when this concept was born, which is about coming to 2 years ago, Pan-Africanists who are on our board have aired sentiments of returning to the mother continent. They've said, are you people going to welcome us? Do we fit? Because we left 600 years ago. Others have left 20, 30 years ago. But the key issue here is that Africa is open for all of us to go back. So we sat down, put our heads together and thought, what can we do that will bring this concept together? So it's a 4 tenets concept. 1, can we boost tourism of our continent? Number 1. Can we enhance the diasporans' investment back home on the mother continent? Can diasporans relocate? Number 3. And 4thly, is there an opportunity for a cultural reconnect? And we felt that under those 4 concepts, the Nile Valley Reunion would be the fitting vehicle to bring this forth to eternity. So what did we do? When I visited Uganda in April this year, I got in touch with colleagues who'd remained behind in the UK, and what they said to me was, we've sent you a concept note, a 2-pager. What is he talking about? He's talking about those 4 tenets, namely tourism, investment, relocation, and cultural connect. So we coined the name, the Nile Valley Reunion Project. While Nile Valley, the Nile is sourced in Uganda. The Nile is sourced in Africa. It's the longest river in the world. Our discovery of the basis of humanity and the source of humanity, you could call it by accident or by fortune, is also within that major Nile Valley. And besides, the global Pan-Africanist movement, which is where Africans are saying we should be one person, is headquartered permanently in Uganda. So we felt Uganda is befitting. It's not a special gem, although it is by many ways. However, we are saying it merely happens to be the place where our source of knowledge and civilization is. So we felt the Nile Valley concept, the Nile Valley Reunion, will be an annual pilgrimage. We are seeking that Africans revisit the Nile Valley every year to reaffirm our Africanness, but also to reaffirm our resolve for Pan-Africanism. So it's a spiritual trip. It's a cultural trip. It's a geographical trip to the center and source of where humanity grew, and it so happens to be Africa and Uganda for that case.
Okay. Could you tell our viewers what is in store for them on this pilgrimage? I mean, what is there for them to see? What should they expect in this pilgrimage that you're organizing?
They are going to experience a spiritual rejuvenation of Africanness. They are going to observe a reunion of two cultures. The one that left the mother continent into, call it exile, call it slavery, call it displacement, with those who remained. Now, the culture of those who left grew in a particular way. It took numerous tangents because some of them went to Asia, some of them went to Europe, some of them went to Americas, north and south. So that dispersal has created a new culture. However, there's a yearning for most of those people to return for good and bad reason. For some, it's being hounded out of where they are now. For others, it's just a realization, I need to be back. Thirdly, some people are noting that if there's a contribution to the fastest growing continent in this world, I need to play my role. So we're saying, come and have the pilgrimage, the spiritual renewal, the cultural reconnect, and take pride in Africanness, but in humanity in general, because we contend as well that all humanity stems and is born in the part of Africa.
The thing that I'd really want to understand or know, if I was to board that plane to Uganda, what am I expecting to see in terms of the beautiful aspects that we hear about Uganda?
To sample the climate, beautiful climate. You are going to sample a reunion of cultures. We have in store for you rituals. We're going to have cultural performances, a combination of the carnival culture or the carnival rhythm with the indigenous African rhythm. We're going to interface and make sure that they come up in one beautiful sound. That's number one. You're going to see the foods that have grown and changed as people have migrated out and back into Africa. You're going to see a reaffirmation and libations, as they're called here in the West. The libations are, we're going to remember our great sons of the unity of Africa. So you're going to be part of the cultural events, and besides, you're going to tour one of the most beautiful places in the world if you're a tourist. We've got the largest bird catchment in the entire world. We've got 11% of the world's birds in Africa. We've got the most diversified natural resource in the Kidepo Nile Valley. We've got the source of the Nile, where the function is going to be. We're going to be literally a mile or half a mile away from the source. And we're going to have those pilgrims, especially the first pilgrims. They'll go and offer libations at the source of the Nile. You'll be picking water and pouring it back to the source of the Nile. Now, we're going to devise a name. We haven't got a name yet for a title. You hear of a Haji who's going to Mecca. We're going to devise our own. And I invite ideas from all over the world. So we're going to have a travel so that when you come back anew, you come back renewed. And by the way, this pilgrimage will also be made by those in Africa. Even if you are a mile away from Uganda, go there and reaffirm your Africanness. So really, it's a chance to rebuild. It's a chance to recreate the thrust and the movement of the Pan-Africanist movement. We are partnering in this drive with the global Pan-Africanist movement, which is, by the way, headquartered in Uganda. The global, I'll repeat this, Pan-Africanist movement is headquartered in Uganda. In other words, Africanness and the epitome of its rejuvenation is centered and headquartered where the pilgrimage will be.
Fantastic. That looks to be a very exciting opportunity that you are putting together. When will this event be held, and over what period of time?
We've booked a site already. We have the Nile Resort Discovery Beach. It's a 10-acre piece of land. That's where we're going to be centered. There and around the premises will be the carnival, okay? And the carnival will be a special carnival. It won't be the normal march and dance only. It will be a mixture of African and the Caribbean, or the new cultures of where our people have their first and have traveled away from Africa. So we're going to have that. In that, we'll sample foods, obviously. How has our foods transformed from once we were here, once we've traveled. Then there will be tours. There will be tours. So this will happen on the 18th, from the 18th of August 2017 to the 20th. That will be the Carnival festival on the site on the Nile. However, there will be tours that will take place either from there or from around that vicinity to cover the entire East African region. But we call upon you to first of all sample Uganda, because there in Uganda is a lot of tourist attractions. We've got 10 national parks alone in Uganda, and I don't think nobody shares that kind of accolade. We've got the biggest bird catch, as I told you. So come and sample. I repeat, the dates is the 18th of August 2017 to the 20th of August 2017. However, most packages, as they will be put together, there will be 7, 8, 9, and 10-day packages. However, for those who want to stay longer, there will be 15-day and 30-day packages. But I'm thinking of a typical package. It will be a 10-day package. And I believe you me, I've been there the last 5 months, and you miss if you don't get there. So, all welcome.
This very much sounds like going back to my roots. And indeed, it's a very exciting mission that you've embarked on. And I'm sure this will be something for everyone to look forward to. Now, just before we depart, do you have any message for the diasporans in how they can actually contribute to this event?
Yes, the diasporans, the site will be up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be the Nile Valley Reunion Festival site, or .com. At that site, you'll be able to sample videos, you'll be able to sample packages that are going to be available. Your contribution is going to be, if you want to make a contribution towards the realization of this event as a success, you could donate, you could contribute, but start to book, you need to be there.
Fantastic. Mr. Dbamba, thank you very much for sharing such a wonderful mission that you've embarked on. And I'm sure our viewers, this is just the beginning. We are going to be bringing you more about this event that he's putting together. We're working in partnership with him. This is an event that we'd really want to see happen. And I'm sure it's what you have in store for the diasporans is something that's quite exciting. Once again, this is all being brought to you by KI Media World, and we are going to be bringing you more information on this mission as it unravels. Thank you so much.